Hey, I'm Ryan, and I'm going to be going over the Moto 360. So the Moto 360 got announced earlier on this summer. A lot of people were excited about it. Me personally, I was super excited about it. The LG G Watch and the Samsung Gear Live had came out earlier this summer, and a lot of people were actually disappointed that the Moto 360 you had to wait until later this summer to come out. But finally, it has come out earlier this month. I think it was like September 5th or September 9th or something like that. I've been wearing it for a couple weeks now, and I wanted to go over some of the things that I liked about it and didn't like about it. So first of all, opening the box when you get it, it's just a gorgeous packaging. The circular box. You pop it open. The watch is sitting right there. It comes with a leather watch QI adapter for some who aren't familiar. You can plop it down, charge it, but other than that, that's all that really comes in the box besides, you know, certain manual stuff and things like that. You will notice when you first open the box, I mean, it's just the build quality of it is great. Something that a lot of people were actually controversial about was the bottom of the watch itself. It's not fully like 360-degree display. Technically 270, a lot of people talk about. Once you've had this thing on your wrist for a couple days, not even a day sometimes. For me personally, it didn't even take more than a day to get used to. I don't even notice it anymore. The black bar on the bottom, it just doesn't really get in the way. It just kind of works, and I'd much rather have that than a larger bezel. Now, as far as the software goes, it's been a little buggy in comparison to the LG G Watch. Now, I do own the G Watch. I got it earlier at I/O. In comparison with the G Watch, the Moto 360 software has been a little bit buggy, but nothing that would hold me back from wanting it personally. For some people, though, it might hold you back a little bit. There's been some forced closes. I've gone to show people the device, and it's kind of forced close. Not a big deal for me. I mean, this is kind of like, I don't want to say it's the first of its kind, but I mean, it's certainly a huge step forward in some of the older smartwatches that we've encountered. But the device is beautiful. I mean, the watch faces on it are awesome, very functional. My personal favorite is the GoldenEye 007 watch face. You can actually look at the left side and it'll show you your battery life on your phone. On the right side, it'll show you battery life on your watch, which is something that's awesome functionality. Something that I'm really excited about personally in watch faces that'll be coming out, I mean, with this whole new smartwatch craze. Something else to notice is the watch straps you can change out are 22mm bands. You can replace them with technically any band, except for the fact that inside the Moto 360 they actually have little plastic notches, so you can actually only put in specific watch straps that have a notched out. I have a pebble steel black band on this, and it actually has the pre-notched out areas, so it actually fits perfectly. Some people have been reporting that that it has like cracked glass on the underneath. Obviously, you can't see it a little far away, but some people have reported that the band has, if you stretch it too far down, that the sides will actually pull it inward and actually crack the glass underneath. Luckily, I haven't encountered that. I mean, I don't have huge wrists, but this watch band has been great. So if you can have a watch band that fits on here with notched out the centerpiece, like the pebble steel does, it'll fit on perfectly. So a lot of things people have been complaining about is the battery life on this device. A lot of people have been saying, it won't last all day. I mean, obviously, considering what we have here, and the processor that they put in it, something that they put in the Droid 2. But I feel as though the software has actually been more of an issue than any of the hardware pieces. Just with the way it's been performing, it performs like perfectly fine, but there definitely are some bugs. I can definitely notice some lag here and there, but it's not anything that would prevent me from wanting the device. But it might be for somebody who needs perfect polish on a watch, but I'm ready for this whole new smartwatch craze anyway. So, I'm very forgiving in that aspect. But for me personally, this watch has lasted all day. I've only ran a battery life once, and that was way later on in the evening, like after 11 o'clock. Today, for example, it lasted maybe like 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It lasted and had 50% left when I got back home. And this is after the recent software patch that just came out. I think it was like 42R was the end of the build number. And I actually noticed that it has improved. Now, if you do notice that I said it lasted 9 a.m. to like 6 p.m. and it had 50% battery life left. I mean, that's pretty phenomenal battery life for this type of watch. And not only that, but you'll notice that when you do plop this on the charger, it'll charge super fast. Plop it down for 30 minutes and it'll last another like 8 hours. 100% battery life from 0% charge in right around an hour. So overall, I'm not really going to get into the Android Wear software as much because that's something totally separate. This specific piece of hardware has just been fantastic. It just looks phenomenal. Uh, I've been loving the look of it. Some people might, beg to differ. But me personally, with the Pebble Steel watch on, with the Moto 360 attached to the watch band, for me personally, I think it's great. And the watch faces, they just look so much better on a round watch face than a square watch face. Personal opinion, but I mean, if you look at some of these, it looks great. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into my personal opinion on my Moto 360 experience now that I've had it for a couple weeks now. I've been really enjoying it, really loving the watch. The software for me has been great. With a few exceptions of software bugs. I mean, this is kind of like the first of its kind in terms of the Moto's design and stuff. I'm willing to forgive in that aspect, but I've been loving it. Strongly recommend it. For somebody who's looking for more polish, I might say hold off for the next thing. But if somebody who wants new technology and wants to, dive into something like this, I would highly recommend checking it out. So that's just some of the things I wanted to touch on with the Moto 360, sort of review my thoughts on it. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment on below and I can get back to you. Thanks for watching.